Good morning, wrestling fans. Today is August 16th. It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. It's time to preview another episode of AEW Dynamite. But first, I just want to go over one pro wrestling news item real quick, and that is apparently Lacey Evans is gone from WWE. This news and discussion started yesterday. I forgot to mention it on 360 Wrestling Fanatic last night. Now on her Twitter page is under her real name, and it says formerly known as WWE superstar Lacey Evans. So it does appear that she is gone from the company, but it's not too surprisingly since she hasn't been used too much lately, and even for a while now it seemed like they would bring her on TV, like they were behind her, they really wanted to push her. But then that only lasted a little bit, and then she would disappear from TV again for a while, and then they bring her back, and it seemed like they were going to try to push her once again, and then once again she would go away. But now it appears that she is gone from the company, so who knows what her future is in pro wrestling, if she's going to stay in the business or if she is completely done with it. Now, let's move on to tonight. AEW Dynamite, 8 p.m. Eastern, live on TBS from Nashville, Tennessee, the Bridgestone Arena. And tonight is a special episode of AEW Dynamite, Fight for the Fallen, which the proceeds go to benefit the Maui Food Bank with the Hawaiian wildfires going on there now. Also, if you want to help out, shop AEW.com. Yesterday they put out the new Top Rope Tuesday, which is a special Fight for the Fallen tie-dye shirt to help out with the Maui fires. And since it is the Top Rope Tuesday shirt, it'll only be available for 1 week until next Tuesday. So if you want to get that shirt and help out, you only have 1 week to do it. And tonight, the AEW International Championship will be on the line as freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy defends against Blackpool Combat Club member Wheeler Yuta. I think that'll be a really good match. I have talked about the last few months or more now how Orange Cassidy has probably been one of the best champions, not just in AEW, but all of pro wrestling, having all these great title matches with no matter who they put him up against, either on Dynamite or Rampage. He's having these really good, entertaining matches, and I'm sure these dogs here agree with me about the Orange Cassidy reign as AEW International Champion. And Wheeler Yuta, I'm sure, is one that has a long history with Orange Cassidy, so I'm sure these two are gonna have a really good match and work well together. And we also have two brother tag teams facing off 4-on-4 the Young Bucks will be taking on the Guns. I've been impressed with the Guns as of late in the ring, but also their work on the mic as part of Bullet Club Gold. I think that's really helped them out quite a bit. And I think they could go out there tonight and have a really good match against the Bucks. So looking forward to see that. And we will have a sit-down interview as good old JR Jim Ross talks to Kenny Omega tonight on discussing his plans for All In London and All Out. And Chris Jericho will reveal tonight if he is joining the Don Callis family. After last week on Dynamite, every member of the Jericho Appreciation Society walking out on the Ocho, Chris Jericho. Will he go with Don Callis and his family? But if you remember last week, Sammy Guevara was actually the only one that said if he changes his mind, make the right decision or something like that, he'll be there waiting for him. And we will hear from the AEW World Champion, MJF, Maxwell, Jacob Friedman, and Adam Cole, baby, the tag team known as Better Than You, as they prepare for 2 matches at All In London. First on the 0 Hour, taking on Aussie Open for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships. And then in the main event of All In London, facing off one-on-one in a singles match for the AEW World Championship. And on Dynamite as well, we have the last qualifying match for the AEW Women's 4-way match for the Women's Championship at All In London. Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, will be taking on the Bunny. And Jeff Hardy and Jeff Jarrett will battle in the first ever Texas Chainsaw Massacre death match. Because tonight's Dynamite is sponsored by the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre video game. And Darby Allin and Nick Wayne take on the Mogul Embassy's Gates of Agony. And that's all tonight on what it sounds like an action-packed Dynamite tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern on TBS. Sounds like will be an awesome show. And that's all for this episode of 360 Wrestling, or 360 Good Morning Wrestling fans. Sorry about that. Remember, you can leave your questions and comments, also your feedback for last night's episode of WWE NXT in the comment section here on Spreaker, YouTube, or whichever podcast app you listen to on. And just a reminder, last night there was a new episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic talking about NXT and some of the news going on in pro wrestling. And also, I did decide to do an episode last night talking only NXT since the season of Dark Side of the Ring is over. But I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing it every week or not. So you'll just have to check to see if there will be an episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic Tuesday nights. And hopefully tonight there will be a new episode talking about AEW Dynamite. And we'll be back tomorrow morning for the Thursday episode of Good Morning Wrestling Fans. Also tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, a new episode of 360 Anything Goes, episode 2. And I will talk to everyone tomorrow. But until then, have a great pro wrestling day.